Well, let me just be straight to the point. Have DC fans given up on the DC universe? Have they given up on Warner Brothers? Have they just given up in general? And I'm just going to be very straight to the point. These numbers are showing very, very much so. We'll say, well, we're in a superhero fatigue. I could still believe that, but, you look at Guardians of the Galaxy and made money. Hell, the Barbie and Oppenheimer just made money. But you know what? Let's say that's maybe the cause of it. But then it does explain how like films like Shazam. But see, here's the thing though. I would believe that if we didn't have three or two back to back bombs. Black Adam, you can look at that now and see it was a box office bomb or underperformer. It looks like it's more becoming an underperformer. Shazam is a box office failure and a bomb. Flash is a box office bomb. No failure is a bomb. This is looking like a failure slash bomb. And we're getting to that trend where most of these films are becoming that, which is making the studio lose a lot of money. The Flash made studio lost so much money that will put any studio out of bankruptcy. But we're not going to talk about that. The problem I'm having is that I'm having fans come up to me, well, not come up to me, coming into my channel, and they're saying that give him a chance. These films came before he came in, and et cetera, et cetera. Fine, you're right. Here's where I don't give James Gunn. Here's where I come at James Gunn. He did this video earlier of Gods and Monsters. Nor The Flash, nor Blue Beetle, nor Shazam was part of those plans. He said after The Flash, and he said The Flash mostly, the most in that video, that will reset or restart the new DC universe or his DC universe that he's going to do. And we all said, okay, we'll see where you go. Let's see where this goes. We see where it went, and it went nowhere. Because the Flash came out, we got George Clooney after credit scene that meant nothing. And I bet you money. I promise you. I need to talk to some people. But I bet you he had George Clooney in mind to be the next Batman. But fans were not too keen on it, and it is what it is. He don't even talk about that no more because that was his idea. And everybody hated that idea. So they shitted on it. You know. But when you look at people show, like right now, this film is projected to make $30 million. That's not good. Well, it looks better than most HBO. That's the point. Is this film was supposed to make $40 to $50 million. That's it. 60. Congratulations. They did something better than I thought. But 40, 30. I'll say 40. No, $30 to $40 million. 50 is a good stretch, but $30 to $40 million. But this film won't even make that. It's gonna make maybe the max is 25. If it makes 30, okay. We'll see. But it's not. And a lot of fans are now looking at James Gunn and it's like smoke and mirrors. They are looking at him now, it's like, okay, you have done nothing but sabotage these films because they are not part of your quote unquote universe. You better come out with Superman Legacy and swing because this is not looking good. He sabotaged all these films, but not trying to have them connected into his universe. He sabotaged this Blue Beetle film that wasn't even connected to the universe. Multiple people are coming out saying that this feels like its own entity where you could incorporate that. Again, the Blue Beetle could be the Incredible Hulk of this phase one, where yeah, we make mention to that character and that actor, but everybody else in that world, not so much. And if that's what he was trying to do, okay, but it's backfiring. That video he did earlier this year is backfiring. That's why I said before at Comic Con he should have made a new video with an updated list explaining this and that, this and the third. When I see people on my comment section telling me, well, he can't say it. He's the CEO. He can say what the hell he wants to. If he could go to Twitter and answer your stupid ass question about if Superman Legacy is the younger one or the older one, he can answer you and map out this universe. That's what he needs to do. Clarity, to be more transparent with this, because right now people are confused. And when people are confused, why do you think people will waste their money on being confused on a universe they don't even know if it's going to be around the next day? Why waste the time and waste on a movie that doesn't mean nothing no more? Marvel Marvel and everybody else trying to do the multiverse, they should be just doing their own universe. But no, DC wants to copy what Marvel's doing. And the thing I hate about James Gunn is he wants to make everything with comedy. I don't want that. I don't mind having that in there, but certain characters don't need that much comedy. Superman, it works for a certain extent, but when the whole film is become a comedy, which like a 40 fucking year old version comedy, that's a fucking problem. That doesn't work for that character. And regardless of all that, this film, Blue Beetle, is suffering due to the incompetence of Warner Brothers, the incompetence of James Gunn not reading the room. It's like, how about me incorporate Blue Beetle, or how about me incorporate the Flash into the universe, and then explain and elaborate. Once these films were coming out, after the Flash bomb, I would have got a video for Comic Con explaining what we were going to do next. The Blue Beetle should have been that first film. Like, it's part of the universe. It's the film itself is part of the universe, and we will come back to it. And all you gotta do, you don't even have to say you're doing a sequel to it. You could say it's part of the universe. It's the first film in the new DCU, or the new, not DCU, but the new DC universe, the DCU. Excuse me. And I keep saying the DCU because it sounds better. The new DC universe, or the new DC studio films, whatever you want to call it, and it's still part of the universe. And you could just go from there. He wants to have a stamp on it and say, no, my film is the first film in the universe. It don't matter. As long as you got a film in the universe and it connects to the next one. That's what you should have done. When the Blue Beetle film came out, I would have David Cornsweet in June go meet, what's his name, and establish this new universe before this writer strike or writer guild happened. Just David Cornsweet. You didn't need Lois Lane, or you could have had Lois Lane in there too. Either or, it didn't matter. Establish this universe. You're not establishing nothing. You're not doing anything. You know, people, and you wonder why people are just like, well, what the fuck? Because we all are waiting to hear that after credit scene with David Cornsweet or Lois Lane debuts in one of these films. Well, more so these two last films. Flash, well, Flash came out kind of around the time, but Blue Beetle, they definitely could have put an after credit scene with him and Blue Beetle talking. That's it. Or have him talk to Clark Kent. Or Clark Kent's like, hey, I'm about to go to Mexico, this thing about Blue Beetle. Or have Lois Lane do it. You know, but have this world be connected. Because right now, it doesn't feel connected. It feels disjointed. It feels like how Aaron Snardoff and Walter Hanaba was doing the universe. All these films, these passion projects for everybody else to do, and not any connected tissue. That's what people have a problem with, myself included. I have a huge problem with that. I believe DC fans are giving up on the universe. I believe DC fans are just done with this universe. You know, James Gunn is a good person to direct a Justice League film. He's not a good person to oversee a studio. He's not a good person to be a Kevin Feige. When he comes out and says, "Oh, Peter Safran's a Kevin Feige," no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the producing aspect. I'm not talking about the financial aspect. I'm talking about the connective tissue, having everything intertwined to make things connect so it doesn't feel disjointed. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care. I don't care about a man in a fucking suit. We have enough of those in Warner Brothers, and they have done nothing but put this damn brand to the ground. You need to be the Kevin Feige and have a connected tissue to all these films. You have failed at that. Talk about, oh yeah, the Blue Beetle's part of the universe. After, after Shazam bomb. Oh yeah, well, it's the first character, but not the first. I don't care. Make it make sense. Connect this shit. Leave it alone. And you wonder why people are just like, just done with this universe. I've been done with this universe. But after this comment he's done, I'm just over it. I'm over it. But as a DC fan, it's disheartening to see how low DC has go. I have never, and I never thought in my wildest dream I have seen film after film, bomb after bomb, failure after failure that DC has been having. And I'm a passionate fan that cares. But when I have people come to my comic session tell me, "Oh, you're wrong. You're pushing this agenda." There's no fucking agenda. There's facts. There's evidence. There's lies and manipulations. There's all this stuff, and he's part of it. He's no different from Peter Safran in that corner over there, who looks like he came out of the damn Matrix, looking like Mister Smith. You know what I'm saying? After a while, you gotta learn how to hold them. You gotta know how to fold them. It's time for James Gunn to fold and get his ass on. But it's also time for Warner Brothers to fold and sell off to Universal immediately. This company has no idea what to do with this brand anymore. And I hate to say it because I really love DC, and I've always thought Warner Brothers was a good place for it. Not anymore. Not with Peter Safran, not with James Gunn. And people say, "Well, you want the Snyderverse to restore." You know what? I do. Not because I'm a hardcore Snyder fan. It's because a man gave me the Justice League film that I wanted, and he gave me a roadmap. When you give me maps that I can intertwine, I can follow, then I want more of it. And I like what I saw. And it made me angry what Warner Brothers did years ago to that. Don't blame this on these two. Don't blame it on David Zaslav. And don't definitely blame it on Walter Dama or Ant. Well, you know what? I do blame those two. But I don't blame these two nor David Zaslav. But I blame Walter Naba and Aaron Snarner for what they did. Because they saw it. They decided not to go with that route. Knowing that's what the fans have been asking for. Knowing you should have been doing that. They wanted to do their own thing. Well, we want to do our own thing. And look where that has turned out. Bomb after bomb, failure after failure. And again, James Gunn, he got dealt a hand of shit. And he's trying to turn it to chicken salad, and I understand that. But he could have turned some of that shit to chicken salad by having this film be the first DC universe film in the universe. Said the Blue Beetle is, not the other two. He could have did that when he came out with the Gods and Monsters. But he didn't do that. He did not do that. He's doing it now because now he realized, okay, maybe let's try to get some money. But, you know, it is what it is. But as always, guys, like and subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. Um, I didn't want to make this video long, but I want to be very clear where I'm coming from. If you come into my channel and you want facts, you want opinions, you're gonna get it. You also get some real truth and just a real fan of certain properties. I'm a fan of this stuff. I love this stuff. I grew up with DC forever, and I always wanted a cinematic universe. I don't want this stuff. This right here, whatever he's doing, this ain't working for me. The Gods and Monsters don't want it. Don't care for it. Don't need it. I want something good, not something bad. And the first person will say, "Well, Superman Legacy hasn't came out yet." Yeah, and that's not looking any pretty either. Any pretty either. Excuse me.